Nicole, your friendly neighborhood librarian and amateur gardening guide. Welcome to the second part of our Growing Together program. Today's topic will be building mini trellises, and I'm going to walk you through some of the techniques and designs you can use to build supports for your plants. We will be using the materials provided in your handy dandy to-go kit, as well as a few items from around your house. This project does require cutting and gluing, so children, you should make sure you have an adult supervisor during those steps. First, let's go over our supplies. In your kit, you will find 2 bamboo skewers, 5 bamboo craft sticks, a length of string, a bookmark with some fun reading recommendations on the topic of garden structures, and this info card, which contains the QR code you can scan to get to this video, as well as some more information on the back. In addition, from your own home, you're going to need some glue and some scissors to help you cut your sticks to the right length, and possibly you might also want some paint to color your trellis. I also recommend laying down some newspaper or another covering on your work surface, especially if you choose to paint. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start by choosing your trellis design. There are 5 simple shapes to choose from. I call them the grid, ladder, string, fan, and tower trellises. These are all fairly simple to put together, so I recommend starting with one of these designs if you have never made a trellis before. That said, you can use any shape you would like, so feel free to get creative with it. For our video example, I'm going to be making a grid-shaped trellis. So, now that I've chosen my design, I'm going to start by laying out my shape. If you are a child, this is the point at which you should go find an adult to help. Now, you may need your scissors at this point to help you cut down some of your sticks. I actually have some lovely pruning shears from our foraging kit, which will make this much easier as they are made to cut wood. So, I'm going to go ahead and start laying out my design. Now, one thing that you really do need to keep in mind is, since the pointy ends of your skewers are going to be the part that you're sticking into the soil, make sure that they are no wider apart than the width of whatever your pot is. As you can see, I've got my pea pot that I started last video, and it's about ready to go in. You can actually see the roots are growing through the cup, like I said they would, so this can just be planted directly in a larger pot. I'm actually going to be putting directly in my garden bed, so the width of mine doesn't matter as much, but I'd say you want right about 3 to 4 inches apart on your skewers. Now I'm gonna continue with laying these out. Like so. Okay. I think I need one more cut in half. Oops. Now, as you can see, I am not measuring these at all. I'm just kind of going with the flow. If you prefer a more even structure, I would recommend doing some measurements. All right, and then we've got the 2 that go on the sides, like this. And then I'm just gonna measure up using the one I already cut to make this easier. And make sure you are closing your scissors and placing them to the side once you are done with them. No one wants to get poked by an errant pair of scissors. All right, so now that I have my sticks all cut and ready to go, it is time to attach them. Now, there are several ways you can choose to attach your sticks together. In this case, the easiest one is probably just to use a hot glue gun, which is what I'm going to do here. Another option for attaching your sticks is to lash them together using string. The next two slides show some basic steps to create a square lash knot. This knot is commonly used in building trellises and is fairly simple to follow. If you are still having problems learning the knots, there are lots of helpful videos on YouTube that walk you through the process step by step. Let's see here. I'm going to start with my middle here. What I'm going to do is put one blob of glue at each place where my sticks cross, and then just press them down and let them sit until the glue dries. And you'll do this for each stick as we go. Just like this. I now have a beautiful grid trellis. Now, if I had my peas already where they were going to go, I could just stick this right in the ground around my peas and they would climb right up. If you find that you've got really long vines already, use your string and attach some of the vines gently to your trellis, and then they will continue to grow up it. Now, bamboo is a pretty weather-hardy wood, but if you want to add a little color, or if you just want your wood to last longer, you can also paint it, and it will help brighten up your garden. Thank you everyone for joining me. For more information on gardening, you can search our digital resources on Libby and Hoopla, or browse our wide selection of print resources at any library branch. If you are interested in more gardening programs, be sure to check our website for future programs at all of our branches. And of course, check back in July for the next part of our Growing Together program. If you enjoyed this craft, I recommend checking out our other summer discovery activities. You can find more information on our webpage. You can also fill out our participant survey by scanning the QR code on the back of the card, and let us know what you liked about this program and what you'd like to see in the future. And finally, I'd like again to thank our partners at the Municipality of Anchorage's Solid Waste Services, the Anchorage Museum, Anchor Gardens, Alaska Botanical Garden, and the University of Alaska Fairbanks Cooperative Extension Office here in Anchorage. We look forward to seeing you all next time, and happy reading!